Well, Healthy Futures got started because the district had a committee from the Mayor's Advisory Council several years ago, and it was recognized that there were very little services for children 0 to 5 around socio-emotional development and wellness.
Well, early childhood is one of our best places to do prevention work. It allows us to get into an early childhood center, work with teachers, the staff, the youth and their family, and help identify problems at the very earliest times.
Children are expelled at pre-K at 3 to 4 times higher rates than K through 12. So it indicates that if children are not socially and emotionally competent, that it will impact their learning. They'll be in the principal's office. They'll be asked to be removed from the classroom, which means time away from academics. So it really is critical that the social emotional competency be addressed as early as possible. Some of the challenges that the children that I work with have are really, really great. I work in Ward 7 and 8 in Washington, D.C., and they have the highest poverty level and the highest infant mortality rate. So every day they're faced with homelessness, not knowing where they're going to sleep at night, multiple caretakers. So one day an aunt may come to pick them up at the center, the next day may be an uncle, not consistent bedtimes, no consistency and routine.
The way that I got Richard is that his mother and father both are incarcerated. Richard has nothing to do with that. He was not even born, but he was born into this circumstance. And I don't believe because you're born into a bad situation that your life has to be bad.
I was awarded guardianship of Rihanna. You know, her mom was abusing drugs. Rihanna was born addicted to drugs, and when I got her, she had little behavior problems.
The cornerstone of DC's success with Healthy Futures is our staff of professional early childhood mental health consultants who have expertise in mental health and child development. Each day, the consultants use their knowledge and skills to build a collaborative relationship with the parents, children, staff, and center directors. A main goal is to create a forum for working through behavioral issues that may come up with young children in a group setting. The consultant truly becomes a part of the team at the Child Development Center. They join with staff by engaging in daily routines with the children. They bring ideas and resources to group activities that can enhance social emotional development.
The work that I do in the classroom is really more child focused. There's 2 parts to the consultation. There's the child and family focus, and then there's the programmatic focus.
Healthy Futures also works with parents through parental consultation when a child is identified as having some concerns.
They build a rapport with the parents. You know, they're here in all my literature and newsletters. I make them aware that on Thursday they are here if they have any questions.
The effect on the family, she has been instrumental in providing families with resources and support in how to get early intervention services.
We call it mental health consultation, and that is true, but in some ways it's sort of a misnomer because it's not traditional mental health, and we're not looking to identify mental health problems. We're really looking to prevent mental health problems.
We look at how the children transition from classrooms to classrooms, how they interact with their peers, if they have behavioral problems, if they're fighting, working with the teachers, try to minimize the stress that they see in the classroom from day to day, and also work with the director to try to support the overall program and to help the teachers and the parents to work on those children, and ideally is to prevent expulsion from the daycare centers.
For me, what was the biggest factor that I could appreciate the most was just having that specialist to help in that area. The emotional aspect, the social emotional aspect is so relevant. It's just so important.
The proof is I see with our children that they've got this foundation in social emotional development, and then for us introducing the academics and the skills that they need to succeed in school and in life, really it's much easier.
They work with an assigned school. They work with the teacher. They work on the environment and culture of the school. They identify children who may have beginning to show behavioral problems, and they develop interventions. A small number of children, 6 and under, who need clinical treatment, we are set up to receive them at 2 facilities, 2 outpatient mental health clinics, so there's a good connection to treatment services.
So when I arrive at the center, in most of my centers, I touch base with the director, and we sit down, and the director will tell me if there is a need.
And then checking with the teachers to see what problems have been happening, see if we made any progress from challenges from the previous week. Sit in circle time, make observations, and I put myself into the classroom.
Healthy Futures, we were very fortunate to work with Georgetown University to help us to evaluate the rigors of, we had rigorous evaluation to look at whether what we were doing was working, and then to help us make some recommendations to improve the program, and now that we're in the second year of that program.
It calms a lot of things that are issues that are hard to address when it comes to working with the children in the classroom. And I think it has brought a better awareness to the teachers, like, okay, you know what, this isn't so bad, I can deal with this, because as a director, that extra support helps me.
How important these kinds of programs and initiatives are, not just for me. I speak for the parents who can't speak for themselves. I'm not the only grandmother here.
The program is a good program, and I really feel that a lot of young mothers could benefit. They really could. I'm not a young mother, and I'm benefiting, so I know that these young people can benefit, because a lot of them haven't been parented well.
We see children with challenging behaviors who are learning by the time they exit our pre-K program how to manage those behaviors. My greatest concern is this program is going to go away, and then how are we going to go back to where we were? That we've come so far.